Hi, hello, and good morning. We are back to our English classes, and let's move on to our next chapter, The Invention of Vita Wonk by Roald Dahl. The author was a British novelist, short story writer, poet, screenwriter, and a wartime pilot. This lesson is an excerpt from his work, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. This story is about an inventor who makes a drink that ages people instantly. Mr. Willy Wonka was an inventor who made a drink called Wonka White to make people younger. However, some people who drank the potion became so young that their age was negative and they disappeared. To counter the effects of Wonka White, Willy Wonka decided to make a drink that would make people older. So, starting off on his new venture, Mr. Willy Wonka started looking for the oldest living things in the world. Charlie thought it must be a tree. He listed a number of old trees like the oak and the cedar. But Willy Wonka corrected him, saying that the bristlecones that grew on the slopes of Wheeler Peak, Nevada, USA are 4,000 years older. So Mr. Wonka jumped into the Great Glass Elevator and collected special items from the oldest living things across the world, such as a pinned sap from a 400-year-old bristlecone pine, toenail clippings of a Russian farmer, a tortoise egg, a horse tail, whiskers of a cat, an old flea, the tail of a giant rat, a black teeth of a grimalkin, and knuckle bones of a cattle from Peru. He tracked down very old and ancient animals and took an important little bit of something from each one of them, like the whistlepig, the bobolink, the shrog, the polyfrog, the giant curlicue, the stinging slug, and the venomous squircle. At the end, after mixing all this, he boiled, bubbled, mixed, and tested in his inventing room on a brave 20-year-old Oompa Loompa volunteer. He poured 4 drops of oily black liquid, and the volunteer started showing the signs of aging again. His teeth fell down and his hair started dropping off. He became an old fellow of 75 years of age. Thus, Vita Wonka was invented. So let's conclude that the story is a culmination of imagination and humor to entertain and excite the reader. It's a general tendency amongst children to grow into an adult. This is to take them into an unimaginary and dreamy world. And of course, this is a science fiction to fantasize the reader. So let's end this chapter here. That's all for today.